Deep breath each time. So big circle all the way around and all the way back. Sorry. 3, 2, 1. We're going to change direction opposite way. And big circles. Three, 2, 1. You can drop the head and all the way around. When we get to the front, change direction, bring it back. Okay, one more each direction. Okay, from there, hands on the hips, feet shoulder apart. We're going to a little circle with our hips and all the way around and all the way back. That's it. Moving through those hips as much as possible. We'll get some movement into the joints before we work into our muscles. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Bend the knees slightly, hands on the knees, keeping our back straight. We're going to circle around and back. So we're working our way through our muscles here, or our joints. Okay, one more direction. And from there, we're going to stand up, out onto the toe and around our ankle, and all the way back. Big circle around, and all the way. One more you try. And swap to the other side. And come back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to bring our hands up to shoulder height. And we're just going to draw little circles with our fingertips. What we're going to do is we're going to bring our hands out in front of us. We're going to pull our shoulder blades back and push them forward. Pull them back and push them forward. We'll pull them back as far as we can and forward. So with this, we don't want to be moving or bending our elbows. We're focused on squeezing shoulder blades together and pushing forward each time. Getting moving through those back muscles. Forward, back. Trying to get them activated as much as possible. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next one, I'm going to just shake our hands out a second. We're going to bring our hands out, palms facing the floor, and we're going to squeeze out and back. So again, we're bringing our hands out, squeezing our shoulder blades and back, squeezing and back. Pull as far as we can, squeeze. Focus on getting those shoulder blades together, engage those muscles in the back. There, and back. And back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, then shake it out. We're going to take one arm, pop it at the back of the head, and just push down on the elbow, keeping the head up. Just pushing lightly as much as we can. The goal here is to be able to still keep your head up. And if you can, now we're going to bring the other hand back. I'm going to see if we can hold our hands back And if you can, just reach your hands towards each other. So stretching out our shoulders here. If we can, holding hands, fingers at the back. And breathing the whole time as well. So don't worry if you cannot touch them, just reach them towards each other. 3, 2, 1, let it go. Shake it out. Off the side now, one hand comes down. I'm just going to press down on the elbow. And again, if we can, we'll bring that arm back and see if we can hold hands. If you can't hold, don't worry. You might find one side you can and one you can't, or one is harder than the other. Don't worry. Hold and breathing here. Stretching out those shoulders. 3, 2, 1, let it go. Shake it out. Okay, we're going to drop down to the mat now. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down to our box position. So we want to make sure that we have our straight line from our shoulder to our wrist and from our hip to our knee. Pull the core in, and we're just going to roll our shoulders back and roll them forward. So all the way around, all the way back. Really important to get a little bit of movement into the shoulders while doing this. You might find it difficult, don't worry, we're trying to move through it as much as we can. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Next one here, we are going to take one leg and we're going to bring it out towards the sides as much as we can and back. The aim here is we don't want to rotate up with it. We want to actually keep our body square and we're just moving as much as we can up, using those outer muscles in our legs. Exhale up, inhale up. Breathe through each one. Again, focus on keeping that core nice and tight, keeping yourself balanced. Three, 2, and 1. And bring it down and go to the opposite side. Again, up, back. Exhale, lift up. Again, we're trying not to rotate as much as possible, just getting as high as we can without rotating. Using those outer muscles in the leg to lift up and back. Breathe through each one. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back down. Okay, stay in that position. We're going to bring one hand forward and one leg back. So pushing out as far as you can here. Again, we want to try not to rotate as much as possible. So we want to straight out if we can, using that core for balance. And hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back, swap it over, opposite foot goes out. Hold for balance for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We come back and swap it over again, keeping ourselves balanced as we can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down. And again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And last one on this side. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down. Just gonna sit back onto the heels, put our hands forward for a second there. Do a little stretch out. Three, two, one, back up. Okay, we're going to step our one leg back onto the toe, and we're just going to push that heel towards the floor. We're stretching out those calf muscles. And we're trying to keep ourselves in that square position. So don't let your body fall back behind your hands forward. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. Swap it over again. Push that heel towards the floor as much as you can. Opening up that calf muscle. And pushing towards the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. Okay. We're going to bring ourselves down onto the mat. We're going to take hands inside the body and just push ourselves up. Just stretch back as far as comfortable for you. Looking up towards the ceiling if you want to bring stretching a bit more. And we're going to come with it. Okay, bring our hands in front of us. So support our head. And we're going to lift one heel up towards the ceiling as high as you can, keeping our legs straight. Squeezing our glute to lift that leg up. So you want to feel that in your glute as you lift. Squeeze, lift, squeeze. Breathing through each one. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we go to the opposite side. So again, same thing. Lift up, squeeze the glutes, engage in them each time. You want to feel that in your glute muscles, so in your bum. If you're not feeling it there, focus on squeezing it to lift. Breathe up, down. You might find one activates better than the other, you might find one's harder than the other, that's okay. 24, 3, 2, and 1. From there, we're going to come back to the first leg. We're going to lift up slightly, bend the knee, and you're going to pull your heel towards your bum and extend out. Pull and extend out. Keeping going the whole time, breathing, squeezing that hamstring, bringing it back out full, squeeze hamstrings. This time we should be feeling it on the back of our leg as we do this. Looking to engage that muscle at the back of the leg. Again, using that glute to lift yourself slightly off. Four, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to bring it down. Again, we're going to go on to the opposite side there. So again, you can engage that glute to lift yourself up slightly. And then we're going to pull, heel into the bum and back out. Heel into the bum and back out. Again, we want to feel this on the back of our leg. Sometimes it can get quite tense quite quickly. Sometimes you mightn't feel like it's working at all. But the focus here is really squeezing that heel towards our bum and coming back up. Keep breathing through each one as well. 4, 3, 2, one last one. Okay. We're going to flip over onto our back. I'm just going to sit up for this first one to demonstrate to you guys what we're going to do. But you're going to lie flat on your back. We're going to bring our elbows to our sides. And we're going to let our hands fall out as far as we can. So when we lie down, we're going to roll our shoulders back and down. Let our arms flop out as far as we can. We want a 90-degree angle at the elbows. So we don't want our hands up here. We let them fall out to the ground. Bring them back up and fall out to the ground. So we're moving through our rotator cuff muscle here. So shoulders back and down, elbows to the side, letting them fall back as much as you can. Back up and fall out as much as we can. They mightn't get to the mat, don't worry. The aim is to move through this muscle. Use those rotator cuffs. And again, we're breathing each time. Fall out and come back in. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, next one. Again, I'm just going to sit up again for this. But we're going to bring our arms to shoulder height and let our arms come back as far as they can. Again, keeping those shoulders back and down and letting them come forward as much as they can. So again, back as far as you can, forward as far as you can, while keeping the arms at shoulder height. You might find this one that one is higher than the other as well. For me, I can bring my hands back flat, but they don't come back forward, which is quite a normal thing. Right, back and forward this time. With this as well, you can hold it and let gravity kind of pull them down a little bit. Just let's see if it goes a little further. If not, it's okay. Bring it back. Forward again. Hold it maybe, whichever side is worse. You might want to hold it for a few seconds on both sides. That's okay too. Right. And we're just getting what is comfortable for you. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Maybe back up. Okay. We're going to sit up here. We bring our feet out into the straddle position, so whatever is comfortable for you. What you want to be able to do is keep your feet up. So if you're in this position and your feet are falling in, bring your feet in closer together so they want to be able to keep your toes up towards the ceiling. And we're just going to walk our hands slightly forward and just stretching our inner thighs here. And just walk there slightly. Our toes should not be falling in. Yeah, and as you breathe, see if you can come a little bit further. If you can't, don't worry, just stay where you are. Breathing the whole time. Okay, you're going to walk your hands over to one side. So again, just as far down the leg as you can. It's comfortable if you're up here, that's fine. If you're further, that's also fine. Up to yourself. You don't want to force any stretches here. Just want to do what's comfortable for you. Walk it back to the center for a second. I'm going to walk our hand out to the opposite side, and again, just where it's comfortable for you. We're just going to hold it there. And bring it back to center. Our feet back in together, and we're just going to lie back flat for 1 minute. And what we're going to do is you're going to make sure your back is pressed into the mat. We're going to lift our knees up to a 90-degree angle. And you're going to extend out one leg and bring it back, and then extend out the opposite leg and bring it back. Again, try and keep that back pressed into the mat the whole time. We want our hands by our side, and we're looking to move through our hips here. So we're reaching out, back, out, and back. Working some of our hip flexor muscles here. So we can get very short and tight from sitting down all the time. The goal here is to get them moved a bit. Four, three, two, and one last one, all the way up and back in. Okay, we're going to come over onto our knees here. So, we want one leg forward, one leg back. We're going to step one knee forward, and we're going to push ourselves forward into a stretch, pushing the knee over our toe, keeping ourselves upright, our shoulders back. We're just going as comfortably as we can stay ourselves upright. Keep your core tight for balance. Keep breathing. If you need to pick a point in front of you that you can look at, will keep you balanced. If you feel comfortable, you can try and grab your back leg. Do this very carefully because it can cause your calf or your hamstring to cramp. But if you're not, just stay where you are. We don't want to be bent over to this, want to stay upright. If you can, grab the back foot too. If not, don't worry. Three, two, one. Let it go. Bring it back. You swap it over. Opposite foot forward. Again, squeeze your glute from behind. Open up that hip. And then, see if you're comfortable to do so. Grab the back leg. Or keep yourself up tall. If not, just stay where you are in that position. Three, two, one, let it go. Let's bring it back to that box position. We're going to bring one knee forward, turn the toe as much as we can. So if you're here, that's fine. If you can turn forward further, great as well. And we're going to push that back leg back. Just sit down into a pigeon stretch. So first work on the palms. From there, if you can, come down onto the forearms. And again, if you can walk a little more forward, bring forward to the mat. Okay, we're going to bring it back up. So first up onto the palms of the hands. Then lift up, bring that knee back. Starting in that box position again. Now again, from there, I'm going to move one knee forward, turn around as much as we can, sliding our back legs back, and we're starting on the palms of the hands again. From there, if you can, bring it down. And if you can, walk your hands out further again, forward to the mat. Yeah. From there, walk the hands back up into the palm of the hands. Now we're going to lift up, bring it back to that box position, and we're going to slowly stand up. We're going to interlock fingers behind the back, pull the shoulder blades together, and just lift up as high as you can. From there, we're going to interlock our fingers, pull them forward, push shoulder blades apart. Again, as far as we can. From there, pushing hands up towards the ceiling. Lift over to one side. Back to center. Over to the opposite side. Back to center. Let it go. And you're done. Well done.